Hello, hello, hello. Today, we're going to be looking at the energy of the two nurses that are working with Kate. Rather than tapping into Kate just now, because I think Kate's energy, I like to say that Kate is in a recovery mode, and I just like to leave her alone for now. However, we can tap into the energy of the nurses who are caring for her. And I understand there's two primary nurses. So we're going to take a look at their energy to see if we can get some clarity in regards to the situation and get an idea of how Kate's doing. So that's what we're going to focus on today. So I've been shuffling prior to hitting the record button. I'm going to do a little bit more, and then we're going to get started. And if you hear some muttering, it's just me trying to tap in to that energy. Just a moment while I take in these cards. Okay. Let's get started. First card we're looking at is the Knight of Cups. And what that tells me is that the nurses picked up that the source of Kate's stress is her love of her husband. He's her Prince Charming. And that love, that romance's charm, that's what she fell in love with, which she followed her heart to having this wonderful life, or what she thought was going to be a wonderful life. She married a prince who was in line to one day become king. She'd become a princess and ultimately a queen. Yet, it brought problems. And that's her past. That's what the source of her problems is. That is her past position. And the assessment, that's because we're pulling the energy from the nurses. So when the nurses engage, that's what they're getting. At least that's what I'm picking up. Her current position, her card is strength. And she's really pulling her inner strength to get better. They're helping her dig deep and try to get back to the person she was prior to being the Princess of Wales. She was a very confident person. She was out there and very engaging, and they're trying to get her to remember who she was. And she has to she has to use courage to really focus to get back to where she was before all of this. Her future card is the Empress. And the Empress tells me that they foresee, with nurturing, helping her, that she'll get better. She'll be very abundant in life. She'll be a wonderful parent, which she always was. She was always attentive. But she will even go farther. So they do have confidence that she will ultimately get better. They really do. However, they have to acknowledge that she has a challenge. Because the last two cards are very telling. Her challenge is the Death card, which tells us things have to end. You have to let some things go. Whatever triggered this condition, you have to let it go. Because if you do not let go of what triggered that condition, this is the outcome. This is the 9 of Swords. Do you see that person holding their head in bed? That person has depression, anxiety, they're hopeless, they are in the worst mental state. And when you're mentally challenged, I want to say, because I want to be careful about my words, there is a cycle. And if you go through that cycle over and over again, you don't get better, you get worse. And if you get worse, your condition will be intensified, and there really won't be a lot of assistance there, because how can it? Your condition mentally can get so worse that you could not be, there's possibility that you won't be pulled back because of simply weakness of the mind. So I would say this. The nurses clearly see her potential for getting better. However, they acknowledge that change is necessary. Now, will it come is the question. And that is a decision that Kate's going to have to make. And if you saw my video on Kate, I mentioned that she was nervous. She felt like it was hard for her to hold on to what she had. It's as if, it was almost as if, and I'm paraphrasing here, as if becoming queen or maintaining her princess status may be at risk. I'm thinking there may be a possibility, because it looks like the source of her worry, the source of her angst, the source of her issues is her Prince Charming. Now, could this mean counseling to end whatever is going on? Possibly. However, I don't think the family advocates for any mental health supports or any counseling type. I really don't think that, because, well, I will put it this way. I've heard jokes, supposed to be kind of light, from Prince William about his brother's mental state and seeking help. So if he felt like, he wasn't strong enough, he should have been stronger about his brother, then he may have the same feelings for his wife. You need to be stronger. You need to just go with the program. What do they say? Something, never complain. Don't complain. So that's what I'm seeing here. I'm going to ask if the nurses, let me shuffle. I'll ask about the nurses. Are they going to stay in the area when treatment is over, or will they leave the area? And I only say this because I only asked the question, and wow, the card that fell out, and I don't usually, it is this card that fell out. And that's the Six of Swords. That's a couple with a child moving on. But I'm gonna do a confirmation. Just a confirmation, because I don't like cards falling out. That's just me. We'll see. what I got was the Page of Pentacles. And I'm going to say they will leave because they're going to follow their ambitions. They're going to check out new opportunities, better opportunities. So, and they will move on. So I hope Kate gets better. So let's send prayers and positive energy her way, because it looks like she'll have some decisions to make. And I certainly hope that she gets to a point where she can be out and about and show everyone that she's healthy and able to get around. And let's also send some prayers to the nurses, because I'm sure and I'm feeling that they're building a relationship with Kate, and there's lots going on, lots of sharing, and they're pouring into her. They're pouring everything they can to make her better, but she's also releasing. So let's send prayers. That's it for now. Take care.